someone who tunes into the LAN events, make sure that you catch grand finals and everything else is on the periphery. Space Station and G2, it's kind of been like, hey, let me know when they win a big series, right? Until then, they're on, just like you said, on the cusp. They're on the outer edges of these brackets. Now, they're still some of the best players to play Halo Infinite. Fantastic rosters. Both teams have just made team changes, so I think you'd be hard-pressed to find two teams that have as similar of a story this year. So take a look at SSG and G2. This is going to be your elimination quarterfinal.
Really excited to see this first game type as well. I love King of the Hill on the game. I think it plays very differently from maybe some of the classic King of the Hill that players are used to, but it certainly means there's always more to think about, Andy. It's not just about getting that first cap. It's about working out how to rotate to that next hill, where you're influencing their spawns, how to break those setups. And I feel like Livefire, like I mentioned in the pregame here, is one map where outside of maybe the tower hill, the C-plat hill, you have real opportunity to make multiple pushes and try and get control back.
Yeah, as we said, best of 3 here. Only a few games going to separate these two to see who will advance on in our elimination bracket. If you're just joining us, it's Space Station and G2. One team will go home after this matchup. One thing I'm really going to be watching for here, Mark, of course, is that overshield and how it will impact this game.
Yeah, I think Overshield this is probably the most important power-up, I would say, on all of Halo Infinite right now. On Livefire King, if you can get the Overshield, you are going to be in for a good time. Speaking of which, Sab is starting the party pretty early here as he hits a nice double kill to secure that Overshield. So that will be G2 backing up the first OV. They've got the sniper, they've got everything they need, and now you can see everyone's starting to move towards that hill. But if you need an indication of how important that power-up is, Andy, then I think every single player on both teams fighting for it before even thinking about that hill is about as good example as you could ask for.
Exactly. I think that paints the story perfectly. Sab also, by the way, 4-0 in this game. What a start for him to win that battle in cuts and then hit the body on Ace to deny the overshield and scoop it himself. It's also a good time for G2 so far, but gonna have to be careful here. Not an easy battle back green to bridge.
An easy battle, but if he hits a couple of body shots, maybe even a headshot here, Sab will be able to get the hold. And this is the difficulty now for Space Station, knowing they have to take down Sab before they make a play. Ace is going to be the one to make that play, though. You can see he gets the 2 kills, the back. Rammy goes down as well, straight to Glass alive. And I tell you what, that was about as clean a push as you could ask for from Space Station. We questioned the chemistry, the new team finding their feet. Well, that push shows that they're on the same page here.
Yeah, let's see what slays they can get off the back of that. Like you said, it was a clean 3 dead and almost a tie game here. Nice work from Ace. He's got 2 repulsors left as well. Just some cheeky bank shots with the wave off of the ceiling as well. And they'll take a little bit of a lead here in this first hill.
2 dead on either side here. Ace is going to have the heat wave. You would imagine he'd be able to at least get a trade in this position, but the hill is being contested. Rammy's going to fly around the corner, and Straysick is there to clean up the damage. Not only that, an important double push there to take down Ace, because it wasn't just the heat wave there, Andy. He has the repulsor, and inside of this B hill, it is just devastating to try and push on a player who has that piece of equipment.
Yeah, one more repulsor as well. Suppressed with the overshield. We didn't get to talk about him enough in the pregame for this matchup, but Suppressed, the new Space Station pickup. Certainly the player to watch on this side, and right now getting that second OV in the game, going to give his team a nice little opportunity to take this first point.
Has the opportunity to break these players rotating as well. If they can get this point the last few moments here, then you can see Suppress making this early rotation, clearing out that back tower. Is going to be in a great spot to get the spawns for his team and lock down this next hill. But Gilkey was still alive at the back there, gets taken down by a teammate, but Gilk made a play just to stagger this Space Station push, and now H finds himself last alive. Gilkey more than I think shows in the stats there with that player, Andy. He's allowed G2 to get back into that fight, and now they can lock down this tower.
Absolutely. You make 2 great points there, right? Suppressed, excuse me, 5-4 in the game right now. Just looking at the stats alone, you wouldn't understand just how much he did to secure the first point. But on the other side, like you said, Gilkey with that play to almost have half of this hill done for G2 already on C-Plat.
You see Gilkey's going to have responsibility here as the spawns come over on the scoreboard side here for Space Station. So he's going to have to hold all these players, pushing through cuts, pushing through dummies, and the damage is going to allow them to just hold for now. They have a pretty considerable lead on this hill, though. You can see almost halfway to tying this up at 1-1. And Space Station's got to start to coordinate themselves a little bit more here. Couple of kills coming in either side. Suppressed last alive. Collect off spawn. Suppressed has to make the play, but it looks like he's going to be choosing just to stay alive for a few seconds here, wait for that help to come in.
Wow, great job from Suppressed. He knew the situation exactly as you were describing it there. He's going to find a whole bunch of nest and green spawners as well. Stays alive as the last player, and they lock down C-Plat. Looks like we might have lost a player, though, if I'm not mistaken, from the side of G2, as the action will slow down and look a little bit awkward and choppy here. I think we're going to be coming back to us in just a moment, unless the observer is fooling me here.
That's yours. No one can take it away from you.
That's absolutely it. And speaking of, 1 point on the board for the side of SSG. No one can take that away from them. As you just saw in the graphic, they will be up 1-0, and we will replay the green hill to start the game off.
Well, it's going to be 3 dead off the rip here for Space Station. G2 were the winners of this first hill that we saw before the restart, so expect G2 to feel pretty confident about things once again. There's already a player in hill. Sab once again, almost deja vu on our screens here, as he has the sniper rifle, but with the spawns coming in for Space Station by the TVs, it looks like they might be able to secure the overshield, although it looks like Gilkey is putting up a little bit of a fight here as Straightsick has gone down.
Eventually he'll fall. Sab's kill here, and the damage he gets is going to be key. He only tags a body on the first one. I think that's Tylenul with the overshield push, and that's going to make him rotate. Eventually they will fall. G2 might start to crumble here. Here comes the overshield push.
Yeah, and this is how devastating it can be, right? Oh, Straightsick just narrowly missed that plasma pistol shot, which could have been a complete change around in fortunes for Space Station, or G2, excuse me, for a few seconds there. But now you're seeing how easy it is to break that setup, right? Just the distraction of the overshield, not even the damage that's being done, knowing that push is coming in. All of G2 retreat, and now suppressed his setup here, Nest, with that sniper rifle.
Great job to hit the player sliding under the tag on pillars. Kills like that could be the difference maker, but the nades come in. Gilk with a double in the back of B.
Gilk with a double. Straightsick with the trade. 3 dead here for Space Station. Tylenul last alive, still in that hill though, and still having to deal with pressure coming in from the respawners from G2. The longer that Tylenul survives here, the better it is for Space Station, because G2 are going to have to go all the way around here to see Plat clean that out before they even think about dealing with Tylenul. They've done part A, but Tylenul still alive in this hill.
We need a Tylenul alive in the back of B counter. Right now, he's been alive back there for a minute 30. Finally, he goes down, but not before giving a nice little lead to Space Station. They need to get that kill much faster. In the end, though, they do play it well. They make the right play call, as you say, on C Plat, and they force those, I'm going to say it, the keyboard spawns to allow Space Station to spawn outside, but it's going to be now 1-1. G2 will tie things up as they bounce back, and now we're tied 1-1 on just green hills.
If you're wondering where keyboard is, by the way, do you want to? You can explain it.
I think this is a good moment. This is a good moment. You and I were running some ranked matchmaking, and we had a teammate that I posted it on Twitter, but that accidentally called the space between scoreboard and keyboard, and then apologized. And we go, no, this is the best call out we've heard.
We immediately knew where to look.
Right, it's amazing because calling out a player whose keyboard means he's around scoreboard. He might be going keyboard, he might be going cut. So it's officially my favorite call out in the whole game right now.
Yeah, I agree. And now it is an official. I'm making a video. That's it. I'm making a video just dedicated to that one call out. Anyway, Straightsick trying to push.
Oh boy.
Straightsick is going to push. Gilkey's going to be there to clean up the damage that's done. It's 2v2 on the map at the moment. Suppress should be finished off here by Gilk as well. Another player in front of him. Gilk, help yourself, my friend. The bar is open and he's taking all the drinks right now. It's a double kill for him, cleaning out all of tower. Space Station now spawning by the keyboard. Thank you very much to our matchmaking teammate. And that will be G2 in control of this tower hill.
Yeah, nice job, as you say there, Gilkey. Looking like a Saturday night last call at the bar. We've seen him perform there. We've seen him perform back tower as well. Now we're going to continue to sit on top tower. And that sniper was up. It looks like it's going to be a G2 sniper grab as well. Yeah, Rammy's going to bring that all the way back to C Plat, checking the green angles. And they're not too far away from closing this one out.
Spike of grenades is certainly going to help. So is a body shot with a sniper rifle, but KotH is there to deal some damage. And G2 find themselves on their backs. 4 of them wrapped up in the bed at the moment, taking a little nap, as Suppressed alongside his teammates do make the break on this hill. So Space Station, if they can hold off this last push coming in from G2, might be able to actually not tie the game up, as G2 of course have a round advantage in their hands before that restart, but Suppressed certainly taking down one. He's going to do the damage, maybe to give him that hill point on the board.
Sab, last player alive. Somehow, as the last player alive gets the overshield, it's probably going to win at least one battle, but this should be the point, though, here. So now 2-1 overall, an aggregate score in favor of Space Station. Sab will get the OV, but not enough, of course, to shut down the point.
It looks like G2 had kind of forgotten about Suppress being behind them here on the tower, and now he's got some more toys to play with. He's got a couple of shots left in the sniper rifle. G2 trying to make a hold, I should say. But, oh my word, Suppress. If you were wondering why they picked him up and they wanted him so bad, there's your answer.
Gonna pick up another one as well. Eventually he will fall. 3 dead for G2, 2 dead for Space Station. Now on board with Tylenul here on the sandbags.
Come straight into the hill as well. Even though they don't have the numbers, just gives it a little love tap. Just to maybe try to draw a little bit of attention away from G2. Sab going to be up against Suppressed to win that fight. An important one as some help was coming in as well. But KotH finds himself on his own now, just escapes towards KeyDor. Stracey's going to be hunting him down, though, as is the rest of G2. A trade would be great.
Yeah.
The best situation he could find in that situation. Finds himself at 11 and 10 at the moment. But inside of the hill is going to be G2 once more, who have got the majority of the time on the board here.
Yeah, the rest of SSG is going to be happy with that trade from KotH, as you say, and Rat Tunnel did the best that he could right there. And needs to win this battle, though. Gilkey against Ace. Stays alive for a second, but eventually he'll be cleaned up. 2 dead for both sides, make it 3. Suppressed, last player alive for Spacestation now.
1v1 at the back of the base here. Suppressed is going to be there. The help comes in from top middle. Suppressed playing that one perfectly. Using that pillar, staying alive for just long enough. But where are the spawns here for Spacestation? They're down at B. It looks like it's going to be the dummy spawns coming in from G2, excuse me. And that means that they're going to be meeting kind of head on here. Nobody's going to win the foot race. It's going to be a battle in and around that hill. KotH with this heat wave might be the difference maker.
G2 looking really good right now. So much time on the board as well. KotH doing a nice job. Look at this drop shield, overshield grab in prep. We'll keep a very close eye on that. Straight Six going to pick up another one for the double. That will be 2 players down on Spacestation. Got to point out right now, both Suppressed and Sab, 13 and 14 kills respectively.
Straight Stick is a player, I feel like on a game type like King of the Hill where there's a little bit more structure, where he can take up some set positions, he's going to shine a little bit here for G2. That will be them taking another point home. So G2 now up 3-1, I believe. One more hill and they will take this one home.
Wait, am I crazy or is it tied 2-2?
2-2. Yep. No. Space Station. Excuse me, everybody. I'm getting back into it, Andy. Give me a break here.
No, don't worry. Of course, 2-2 now.
Never give me a break.
I usually don't. I know you don't want a break, even though you say it. 2:44 left on the clock, tied 2-2. So these next 2 hills, and you look at the team.
Thank you, production.
A big graphic for you. Up 1-0 overall. They need 3 to win. And right now they have 2 on the board. It's going to be 2-2, and a little bit of time here once again for the side of G2.
That was the most old man graphic I've ever seen. Make sure you can see
They're
it.
here to help you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, production. I appreciate it. The Space Station at the moment trying to make a push onto this hill. G2 are in control for now. Sab, good shots onto KotH. Rammy's going to be there to help him as well. KotH should be taken down. Beautiful little headshot. Just poking through around that pillar to finish off that kill. Suppressed is going to be the last player alive here as well, and they have the information of where he is. So G2 locking down this overshield hill. Space Station have not been able to get anywhere near it.
Gilkey going full King in the Castle there out of Borat, just standing on the overshield and challenging the window. How fast did they get that point? My God. They take the lead 3-2 overall, and that was essentially an uncontested hill, and we haven't seen too much of that in competitive Halo Infinite just yet. Amazing stuff here. Gilkey's not done in the back of the base. Triple kill for Gilkey as well. He's going to grab the sniper and the heat wave and continue rolling. Probably an overshield for him as well. Oh, God.
I thought he was going to hit that. It just, you know, when a montage clip lines up, it's like you get the triple clean up. Yep. There's a separate rifle in front of you. You get the OS, but I think Gil's going to be more than happy with the damage that he's just been able to do. Now he's got the overshield, just stacking this hill as well and waiting out those grenades. Something important to do on this top middle hill, but also for Gilkey, important things to do is just kill everyone that you see, because that's all he's doing right now.
A killing spree for him. He's 17 and 12. Sab also pretty happy with how he's doing. He's extended now to 20 and 11, so it's been no wonder with numbers like that why G2 has found success on these last few hills.
Ace struggling a little bit here for Space Station, maybe just a little bit too long in the tank this morning. We'll have to see if he can turn that one around or if he's going to have time to, because G2 are just racking up point after point at the moment. It's Straight Stick who's taken over responsibility of this hill. Suppressed will be finished off. Lovely bit of peek shooting and stays alive and manages to escape. Straight Stick doing it all here.
Oh my God, he gets so much extra time. He gets 2 kills he shouldn't have. He misses the repulsor jump though, and that was the last repulsor. That's unfortunate. Going to fly up. Excuse me, no, he's going to get another one while the team has control of the hill. My God, was that ever fast. Despite being down 1-0, G2 will win that 4-2 in one of the fastest King of the Hill wins we have ever seen.
Yeah, G2 looking extremely dominant, and the thing that surprised me a little bit was how dominant they were on the top middle hill and the OS hill. They just did not get contested by Space Station. Space Station maybe just lacking, again, a little bit of that teamwork, a little bit of that chemistry, with a lack of practice with the new pickups and new players changing around. And it just seemed like G2 were able to pick them off, and G2 looking extremely strong there, Andy.
So good. They're going to be really happy with that Adidas sponsor, because let me tell you, they had the Ultra Boosts on because they were going fast. Like we said, just flying at their opponents. Looking at the stats, in the end, it's Gilkey 20 and 13, Sab 22 and 12. Both of them absolutely popping off.
Certainly were, and I mentioned Straight Sick, who's going to be the player who likes King of the Hill. Gilkey's going to love it as well. If he's got that objective to play around, the man just takes roots and is always in a position to deal damage when he knows that players are going to be funneling in to certain areas of the map. And speaking of damage, you can see Gilkey 5.7k, the clear and far away outlier in the lobby, just popping off here.
At the end, just running laps around his opponents, right? He picks up that triple, almost hits the 4th kill on window. Regardless, though, still picks up the overshield, picks up the heat wave, just running laps. Taking a look at some highlights from that game, it was a solid start once again from SSG, but pretty soon thereafter, Mark, it really flew in the hands of G2.
It did, and it was just Gilkey just started to take over a little bit. He was just making sure that none of the Space Station players escaped after backing down from hill damage from that objective, and by doing that was able to just force them back onto spawns that they didn't want to be on. There's a couple of nice shots that came in from Suppressed as well. A few big plays coming in from the Space Station side, but overall, when you're looking at the damage, you're looking at the slays, and it's no surprise to see the G2 come out on top.
That's right, and look at the objective as well. How many times have we looked at this in the highlights where G2 just has half of a hill and they haven't even been challenged yet, and they're able to get what felt like an uncontested 15 to 20 seconds pretty often. And when you're on the side of Space Station, here's that triple from Gilk. And look at this from Straight Sick, though. Wins this battle, stays alive top mid, right? Also repulses this player and the grenade for an extra second to stay alive. And I mean, look at the scoreboard there. They had so much time on the board. And honestly, you also had the side of G2 just picking up the kills the way they did. That gave them so much space to get so much uncontested time. They'll take the first game with an overall score of 4-2.
And now we have somewhat of the roll of the dice in the series, right? We have Catalyst Slayer. Now, this is a difficult game type to get any semblance of control at any point. I also expect that we might see this game type start to slow down a little bit as we see teams get past that 30 kill mark, because you can kind of turtle up in those bases. Very difficult to push and get damage unless you can maybe find that skewer to get a pick.
Ooh, nice little slide out from Gilk. He's going to help him avoid the first grenade, gets an assist on the second one. Early little bit of a lead here, so we take a look exactly where that overshield might have gone. Looks like it might have been burned, might have fallen off the map. We didn't get eyes on it exactly, but regardless, in the end, it's a 4-1 lead for G2. They're going to find a spawner as well.
Well, Rammy's got the anti-tank weapon in the skewer in his hands, and he's already managed to hit a few bodies with it. And if that thing can pierce through the Warthog armor in the game, it's certainly going to damage a Spartan. He's still alive with it as well. We'll have to see if Ace is going to feel the wrath now. Or maybe it's going to be suppressed. Whoever it is, Rammy doesn't want any of it right now. There's 3 players in front of him, and he says, nope, I'm valuing my life more than I am getting a flashy kill with this skewer.
Yeah, notice he's still going to hold the gold angle. He just wants to stay alive down here if he can. Knows there's some players coming up top gold, and actually puts it away for just a second. And he hits the second one, saves it for a much more important task, as Rammy will pick up a double. They will extend their lead 8-4.
These are spawns coming as well. Projectile fire is a little bit slower than maybe the S7 sniper rifle, so those cross map shots a little bit more difficult to hit, but up close and personal, the skewer really is just a one shot, one trick, and it is going to do damage. And at the moment, you can see all of Space Station just trapped in the back of this base. Rammy just doing what he can to stay alive. Ace finally gets the kill required to get the skewer maybe in their hands, but there's the cover coming in from G2. It's 9-6, a 3-kill lead coming in for the blue team.
2 things to note there. Great position to hold on your enemy's spikers. It's a lot like sitting front base on midship or onslaught. You can have your team just do damage while you poke on each side. However, note that his team did not push up fast enough. He got a lot of damage. He was able to even hit some nade damage, but the team wasn't there to clean it up. This map is so punishing like that. You might get fantastic damage like we talked about, but unless your team is pushed up as much as they need to be, it really might not pay off in the end.
It's a great spike grenade coming in from KotH as well. Just to peel that player off the top of Ivy. It can be such a difficult angle to try and fight against, but one thing that makes fights a little bit easier is having an overshield. Stracey's going to pick that one up for G2.
Oh boy! Somehow whips past his grapple without getting spiked. I think he played a dice roll there, doesn't take the damage, but now just trying to rotate as fast as he can. A little bit of overshield left to play with, and he wants to make it count. What? Ace from out of nowhere takes down the overshield. It's a nice job by him to keep the game tied.
13-13, and I said that the game might slow down, but it's showing absolutely no signs of that right now. Every player on every team is just flying through the tunnels, flying through the bases, and it's just trade for trade for trade at the moment. You can see that reflected in the score. Maybe KotH with a sword is going to be able to do something, but as I set him up for failure, Sab is going to be set up for success as he picks up 2 here to give a slender lead back to G2.
You can tell KotH wanted to make something happen, didn't know exactly how much those players had pushed up into the courtyard yet, and he does get punished for it, so it will be, as you say, a first lead for G2. G2 in quite some time, as we've been tied since around that 13 kill mark. KotH needs to do whatever he can to stay alive, but that is the tricky part about this map. He should fall here. You can get so isolated, even when you think you're in a position to help your teammate. If you are out on an island, you will generally get punished for it. Rammy cannot connect with the skewer either, so the game will stay within 2.
Yeah, cannot connect on Kuhlect, so now it's going to be the skewer into the hands of Spacestation. There's KotH with a big win, though. That means the skewer is going to be out of commission once more. A couple of trades coming in, but Spacestation starting to claw back into this one once more. It's not really got out of hand in the favor of either team so far. It's always been within a couple of kills, but oh my word, Sab is going to get absolutely melted like an ice cream lolly left out in the sun in summer. As now it's going to be just 2 kills between the two teams. Ace taking down, a double push coming in once more here from the G2 side. Suppress trying to clean up the damage that's being done. Rammy can't escape either. Suppress with the sword, looking for one more. There's a player in front of you. Can you get the slash? Yes is the answer. Double kill coming in for Suppressed.
Very well done by Suppress. Notice how he went top goal, excuse me, how he sits there on top gold and also just checks everything around him to make sure that he's not going to get back whacked, and then he drops down for the sword lunge. Really well done. Tied here at 24. 2 things we got to point out. Suppressed right now is 10-3. Eagle team leading the game by a huge margin. Ace also on the board at 9-8.
There's also a breadstick in the lobby right now, and that's Tylenul. Only the 1 kill for him, 5 assists though, so he's been involved in 6 different kills for the sake of his deaths. Suppressed had the opportunity to hit that player, but just narrowly whiffed it. And that allows G2 to keep a 1 kill advantage. Spike Grenade's going to just shave away some of the shields, but that was more difficult to say than I thought it would be.
That was
we got somewhere close. You know what I was trying to get.
Wildly difficult sentence to say. That is a tongue twister and a half. Spike grenade shaved a shield. That's not easy.
Don't say that 3 times quickly on a HCS broadcast.
So yeah,
otherwise you might be getting fined.
Yeah, we will lose our jobs for sure if we try to say that one more time. 30-28 in favor of G2. It's still the Suppressed show. Look at the shots from across, but KotH's going to send him to the respawn screen to make him think about what he's done so far in this game. Just a 1 kill lead here for G2.
Now, this is where I was talking about 30 kills. This is where it can get a little bit juicy. It can get a little bit spicy. And maybe things are going to start to slow down just a bit. G2 just turning up in this base at the moment. Tylenul making a little bit of a brave decision here. And fortune sometimes favors the brave, but that just looked a little bit desperate.
And to be honest, that's what can happen on this game type. If you're used to playing Halo Infinite, especially Slayers, in a certain way where you can fly out for damage, Ace will get punished there for poking out Ivy as well. That's back-to-back kills for Spacestation getting punished there. I think Ace was a spawner, in fairness. Repulsor in the hands of KotH, but that's what can happen. If you are not tied up, that's going to be a G2 grab on your screen. Straight Six going to get that and pop full Ovi. Maybe an opportunity for them to run away with this as they're already up 38-33.
We talk about this Pulse Carbine as well. I mean, every player in the lobby at the moment is hitting as hard as when you go into bot mode and they pick up that gun. Like, they will just cross-map you in bot mode when you warm it up. It's pretty ridiculous, but these players are making it work, and they are certainly destroying shields and making their life a lot easier. But here comes Straight Sick trying to clean up some kills. 1 in front of him, that'll be 1. Rammy picks up another, and now they're chasing down the final players alive, but there's a sword. Oh, Ovi gets taken down. Kuhlect, just sneaky son of a gun as he picks up 2. And makes this game a little bit closer.
Not over just yet. Great job by KotH. He gets some help from the bleed through on the sword through the overshield as well. That's going to bring the game now within 5 kills, so not over just yet.
Gotta be careful here. They can't afford to be that first pick now, Spacestation, if they want to send this to a game 3. Straysick going to be peek shooting round that back base. Sab's going to pick up 1 again, and that's the first kill I was talking about, right? Rammy and Sab managed to get 2 Spacestation kills, and now you can see the Kuhlect. He's just going to get pushed. They're going to get sandwiched. They have to move, and they're not going to be able to. Kuhlect gets out of dodge for now, but you got the feeling his life is going to be ended, and that is the difficulty here. You get 1 pick in that team fight when you know you can't afford to, and all of a sudden the game is a 10-kill game, and it's all falling apart here for Spacestation.
Oh boy, this might be the KotH show to close it out. He's got grapple skewer, and he's not afraid to push into the court. Going to fly around once, looking for anyone who might be hanging out main ramp. Not able to find the first, but now only 2 more kills before they close it out. Oof.
Oof, Ace. Ow. Yeah, he's going to need a bandage after that one. That hit hard. As KotH is now looking to close out this game. It's only 1 kill to go. A couple of players are going to be in front of him, just baiting, waiting. Kuhlect is going to be nading.
Look at this.
Going to be grappling back in. He's going for it, and he gets it. He doesn't quite get it. Sab gets it, but KotH certainly influencing that final fight, and it will be G2 who close out the series in the best of 3, 2-0.
See, that's what I mean. You could style on fools in this game type. With that grapple, you could totally just dip out of a fight and fly right back in and do whatever you want with that grapple. Gilkey showing us just a little bit of that, to be honest. Like I said, I think we're not even scratching the surface of what's going to be capable with that power up on the map. To be honest, when I saw it was a competitive, I was blown away because of the nonsense you can pull off. But in the end, it's G2 with a pretty comfortable win in our game number 1.
Yeah, certainly looked good there in that series. G2 looking very, very strong, and that upward trajectory that we were talking about, and it just seems to be continuing. Rammy just seems to be kind of what G2 are looking for. Someone to allow everyone else to do what they want to do, and Rammy will never question what he has to do. He will always play to help out a teammate, to make sure they're in those 2v1 situations. I think it's an underrated part of a team. Sometimes when you're looking at stats, you're looking at this player's a weak player, whatever it might be, but that player enables other players to do what they do best.
Yep, 50-40 in the end for that game number 2 will get you a G2 clean sweep over Spacestation as we take a look at some of the stats.
Yeah, stats, there's certainly some standouts, and one of them is, unfortunately for Tylenul, going to be him for all the wrong reasons. 5 and 14 for him on that game type. Ace also struggling a little bit, 11 and 15, only the 1 assist as well, so maybe the teamwork not just quite there. If you look at that assists column, it's not really comparable to what you see on the other side of things coming in from G2. So Rammy, 7 assists for him. Gilkey without 8, and the kill was shared out. It seems like the teamwork was just on luck there for G2.
Yeah, pretty amazing. 25 assists there for the side of G2 or thereabouts, meaning half of their kills were assisted, which is not easy to do on this game type because of how many individual pushes you do have to make. So lots of kills getting cleaned up. On the other side, less than 20 assists total.
And that's got to step up if you want to win those Slayers, especially on Catalyst. And you can also see, I think there was a really good indication when we had the game extremely close, right? In those final sort of, it was about 37-37, I think it was, when we were on KotH's POV. The importance of first kills, right? First kill, it was suppressed who went down. And then they just knew after another kill went down, they were about to get sandwiched. And it's how Catalyst kind of works. You cannot afford to play away from your team. Even if all 4 of you are stood in the same place, it's better sometimes than just being caught off guard on your own. So flanks pretty difficult to pull off on that map, but you can see what happened in the end. It was G2 who closed things out 50-48. Spacestation, unfortunately, that will be the end of their run today.